Pro Football Hall of Famer Warren Sapp joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. What'd you think of when you heard the Jabril Peppers news about the diluted sample?
Who?
99. What'd you hear?
Oh, you know what? I'm so sick of these kids. Because the worst part is they representatives and stuff come out with these wild excuses that he was cramping. And okay, if he was cramping, then why didn't he take a flight 2 days before the combine and get there to where he can now hydrate himself and not have to worry about because the hotel is open. If that's what you're worried about in the total sense of things is him working out with the linebackers and the safeties or rovers or whatever, well, let's get him there 2 days before so we can definitely hydrate him and we know exactly where he's been the 48 hours before it's time to go to work. Man, tell that to the judge. I could tell you this story, not Rich, because he's no longer with us. God bless his soul. The reason I tested positive at the combine, me and Rashaan Salaam was at the Heisman. He had just won it. He dropped his mother off at her room. I dropped my mother off at my room. We walking up to the room. We sitting there laughing and joking about the Heisman. I tell him, you know that really should be mine. He's like, you're a better player, but I had 2,000 yards. I'm like, yeah. So we sit there laughing and joking, and he reaches in, he pulls out a joke, like, come on. I'm like, dog, we got to go to the combine. He's like, it's 33 days away. And we both looking at each other. And that's how I became positive on the test. I'm not finna tell you that I was working out and half tired. I didn't need to. Because it wasn't, what it is, but the excuses are worse than the actual act. What are you trying to cover up here?
So you think if somebody does pop for pot at a combine, what would you tell an evaluator based on your experience?
Have a very frank conversation with them. Ask them, do they realize what they've done? Because now they have entered a program that tests you 10, 8, 6, 4 times a month for the next 2 years or 2 seasons. Do you understand what this is? And you have a very frank conversation with them, and you make them tell you what you're in, what they're in. Because if they understand what they're in, then maybe they can see a way out of it, or some kind of way that you can find them not in the second round but in the fourth round. You see what I'm saying? I don't know what that is now, but I know that you having a cramping problem has nothing to do with it because you've been preparing for the combine since you finished in January.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.